obviously that's where you want to be as a player, and it just felt great, yeah.
Do you feel like any difference in your mentality or confidence level from this year to last year, being in the system for now another year?
Yeah, obviously, just second year, it's not brand new this time, so you can take from last year and build upon it, and just having last season, I was able to approach the off season in the summer and attack some things that I know I needed to fix and work on. So that's just making those things a point of emphasis and correcting them and putting them on display.
What did you think of Rayshawn? You're playing right next to him, and what was he like in the huddle and just giving him feedback on the sideline?
Yeah, Ray's a great communicator. He's a hell of a ball player, man. We get a lot of practice snaps together, so I was really comfortable being in there with him. And he's just he can play both, Mike and Will, and so he's really easy to play with, and he plays hard, so it's fun.
Where have you seen Rayshawn grow over these last 2 years?
Really just getting comfortable. Being in the linebacker position, communicating, getting guys aligned, just being vocal, man. He stepped up huge in that respect, and just being comfortable playing the game. He's a lot more fluid, a lot more decisive in his playmaking.
Coach Grinch stressed the importance of obviously being disruptive, but then being productive, getting the quarterback on the ground. When you're blitzing, is it running through your mind at all that you need to really box him in with the rush lanes and then bring him to the ground, or are you just kind of going all out?
Kind of depends on the play and what my role is in that play. You don't want to think too much. That kind of slows you down, so you really kind of just want to react and play fast. But it's definitely something to pay attention to, rush lanes and not rushing past the depth of the quarterback. There's always things you have in the back of your mind.
How was your assessment of how you guys did on that in the second game compared to the first?
It was better. We still had some opportunities where we could have done a lot better, but keeping them in the pocket and things like that. But that's always going to be a week-to-week basis. We play a lot of guys that can roll and that are very elusive in the pocket, so it's always going to be something that we're going to have to work at.
Can you talk about the challenge of this particular running quarterback? Coach Grinch was saying how they do some designed runs as opposed to kind of the usual read option stuff. How does that change the math for you guys when he's the lead runner?
Yeah, I said this yesterday too, but usually, when you have a pocket passer, you're playing with 10 guys on offense, 11 guys on defense. So, the math, defense is obviously up, but you got a running quarterback, especially with design runs, it's 11 on 11. So, you got to kind of count for the quarterback in the run game, which is different than, usual. And yeah, he's a hell of a runner. They just, like you said, they design plays to run for him. So, just gonna have to be sound, really sound in the game, run fits and everything like that.
Coach Grinch has that strange shirt on, and we saw a bunch of kind of effort plays last Saturday. How do you feel this group is rating in that category so far?
I think we're doing a good job. I think that's something that this defense is founded upon, and that's something that we want to have as a part of our DNA. And so that's something that we always strive for. It's always a focus for us. Going into practice, we're talking about it. After practice, we're talking about it. It's a lot bigger than I feel like it is, some other places, because, like I said, that's what we're based upon is, straight defense. Everybody has to strain and do a little extra to get the job done.
What have you seen from Tackett the first 2 weeks on the field? Of course, obviously not in the full game the other day, but what have you seen from him for the first 2 games?
He's aggressive, obviously. That's why he missed a little time last game. But just his downhill, man. He's plays with reckless abandon, and so you always want to see that from linebackers, and especially from young guys. He's not scared to put his nose in there. He's going to continue to improve, man.
Did you or anyone else in the linebacker room talk to him about the hit after he got ejected?
We told him good job. Obviously, you don't want to, hurt anybody, which he didn't. But it is football, so he came in there with aggression. He didn't mean to be that high. I'm sure he didn't want to get kicked out of the game. But that's just something to learn from. Come in, same kind of aggression, same kind of intensity, just a little lower next time, and he'll make those corrections.
What challenges does the Stanford tight end present this week?
Yeah, he's elusive, man. He's a good tight end. That's just somebody else we have to account for and keep our eyes on throughout the game. They find creative ways to give him the ball and things like that. So, we've faced tight ends that are, really good before. Like last year, seen a couple of them. So, just gotta play football.
You guys got your first takeaway. How does that kind of set the trend to, continue that in further games?
Yeah, similar to the strain question, that's something that we always want to focus on. The harp on is getting takeaways. And for our first one to be from a big guy from Stanley, man, that's awesome. That was so cool to see, and it really gave us a lot of energy. that's what it always does. Like takeaways, they provide momentum for the team, and especially for the defense. People out of confidence, going out the next drive, things like that. So congratulations to Stanley, and it's just a start for us.
You guys have, through the first couple weeks, picked up a good amount of 3 and outs. Is there talk in the defensive room about how important it is to, get a stop on that first third down as opposed to getting a stop, later in a drive that takes off more time?
You always want to get off the field. Like our mentality stepping on the field is 3 and out takeaway. So, you want to get the ball back to the offense as fast as possible. As defense guys, you don't want to be on the field, long, because that means, they're moving the ball and you're not doing your job. So you always want to be, in the 3 and out kind of situation mindset.
Sorry if you already asked this question. When Taka Curtis got his ejection for the target, did you have any type of conversation with him to kind of let him know this is how it's done?
Yeah, I gave him a pat on the head, told him good job for hustling, man. Like I said before, you always want to see that kind of aggression. Directed a little different, not on the head, a little lower, but I wouldn't tell him to do anything different besides lower his target. So, he plays hard, he plays fast, and you don't want to take that away from him at all.
Great, thank you.